escape. Don't know right now, we can leave this town, we break.
What's up, it's Phil from Fit Will Exposed, and the topic of today is how to know if you're big. Because a lot of people, they've been lifting for a while, lifting a few years, and they still don't know whether they're big or not. They still don't know whether they're considered big as a drug-free lifter or not. So in this video, I'm going to give you a few examples of how to tell if you're big. And if you kind of pass this test, then you could consider yourself a big individual. Now, it is all subjective, you know, in some gyms I may be considered a big guy, in some gyms I may be considered like the water boy, you know. But I am going to give some very concrete examples, and hopefully by the end of this video you'll understand where you stand. Okay, so the first step to knowing that you're big is that people tell you that you look big outside in the real world and not just in front of a camera and in front of a computer. Because the problem with being in front of a computer and a camera is that you can manipulate angles, you can manipulate the lighting, and it's just everything's in your favor, if you will. So right now you're looking at me, I'm a few inches away from the camera, but let's say if I were to go really, really close, you think I look a lot bigger. So it's like you kind of cheat. You could just go close to the camera and anybody could look big on camera. But when you're in the real world, there's no superficial lighting, there's no, nothing's really against it. Everybody's pretty much in the same spot for the most part because you're in the real world. It's not like some digital reality. So if people are telling you that you look big in person, that is a good indicator, because also keep in mind when you're on camera, a lot of people, they flex, they do all these weird poses, but when you're in the real world, you're not doing that. You know, you're downtown, you're not like, you're not flexing, you're not posing. Well, maybe you are, but ideally, like, you're just walking around like a regular person, you know, and like everybody's pretty much in the same boat at that point. Okay, so we just talked about being seen in the real world, in person, relax, no flexing, no pump, no crazy lighting, just you, seeing you in person. Now it's time to talk about the clothing. So it's like, you could tell if a guy is big if he's not layering up. So it's like a lot of people, you know, it's hard to tell if they're big or not because they're wearing like a jacket or they're wearing like a big sweater, you know. So you could tell someone's big mostly in the summertime. In the wintertime, it's a bit harder because people, you know, have their North Face, Canada Goose. But in the summertime, you're not gonna cover up, you know. So you're probably gonna wear like a t-shirt, like a tank top or something. So that's a really good indicator of somebody's size. You can really see how big somebody is then. Okay, so speaking of clothing, I want to elaborate on that because a lot of people are wearing size small or medium t-shirts, they're barely even filling it up, and they think they're all big. Now, they might be lean. There's a big difference between being super lean and being super big, but in this video we're talking about being big. And I personally think if you're not filling up a medium-sized t-shirt, like if there's still a lot of space around the neck, space around the arms, if the waist is still like, you know, whatever, you're not a big guy. To me, a big person is somebody who could wear like a respectable size t-shirt, maybe like above a large or something, and fill it up. So if you're wearing like a size XL and, you know, it's snug around the neck, it's snug around the arms, and you're not really fat, then chances are that you're a pretty big individual because you're filling up a respectable size t-shirt. Okay, so another way to tell if you're a big individual is by reputation. So if people are calling you certain nicknames that only big individuals usually have, like, you know, grizzly, bear, giant, big man, like just funny names like that, then chances are you are a big person, especially if you're hearing that several times per day. Another sign to tell if you're big is if you're getting all these funny job offers. People want you to do bouncing, people want you to do security, doorman, just all these jobs where it's like you don't have to, but jobs where you have to be a bigger individual. That's definitely a sign that you're big. Another sign is if people are telling you that you're bigger than somebody who you know is actually bigger than you. So now I want to talk more about pictures, how to tell if somebody's big online, because pictures can be very deceiving, even some videos at times, but especially pictures because, one, you're taking the picture, so it's already in your favor. You could pick which pictures to post. You can manipulate camera angles, you can manipulate the lighting, you could get a pump before the picture. There's so many ways to look big on camera. Another one is people, you could even get super close to the camera to make yourself look bigger than you actually are. So me, I'm like a few inches away from the camera, but you could easily like just shrug and be like right here and just talking. So that's hands down one of the best ways to tell if someone's big in a picture. So you see me here, but what if I go a few inches away? Suddenly I don't look as big. So those are some really good signs to be able to tell how big somebody is on camera. You know, if they're using if all their pictures have some crazy angles and like they always have to, it looks like they're just trying too hard, then chances are they aren't as big. The best pictures to tell if someone's size is the ones where they're caught off guard, where nothing's really in their favor, you know? So that's personally why I'm not really impressed by a lot of people's pictures on Instagram, Facebook, and all these social media sites, because it's just too easy to look big on camera. So here's a little test. If you really want to tell if you're a big person or not, set up your camera and then step like 10 feet away from the camera and take a picture then with no poses, no pumps, no crazy lighting, all relaxed. And that's your real size. Your real size is when you're super close to the camera, because you're basically, like, the closer you are to the camera, the bigger you're gonna look. So yeah, this is just a little quick video to show you guys, to educate you guys on how to know if you're big or how to tell if other people are big, because a lot of people tend to think that they're a lot bigger than they actually are, when in reality, if they would watch this video, they'd understand that a lot of pictures are in their favor, and just there's a lot of ways to kind of like cheat the system, you know. But real lifters, we know who's big, who's not, we know who's strong, who's not. So let me know what you think in the comment section below. Let me know what you thought about the video, and I'll see you next time.